Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is 9:30, February 14th, 2022, Valentine's Day, and it was a blustery, cold, windy day. A good amount of sunshine and just a few clouds. I did go to the Pines, but I did not take a video. Just enjoy. I just had to go there and just get my mind off stuff because I'm wound very, very tight with everything going on right now. So let's take a look at the high-resolution satellite for the day. You can see all the snow cover covering much of Jersey. A little less as you head a little further south, but look at Long Island. Plenty of snow. And, yeah, unfortunately, I had to walk in a little bit of that snow. It wasn't too deep. You didn't really need boots. You could get away with it, at least in Edgewood, but I think they got a little more out east. We're going to look at these revised snowfall totals. But you'll notice hardly any clouds on this picture at all whatsoever. So you'll notice that fairly clear, and looking at the current satellite, we're still fairly clear. We have a few clouds up there, but other than that, we're fairly clear. So let's get to the latest snowfall reports here. And we're going to just look at Long Island. Nothing's changed with Nassau County. Highest was Syosset, but if we go out to Suffolk County, you'll see, look at that. Central Suffolk, Smithtown, 5.8 inches. Setauket, East Setauket, 5.8 inches. Sound Beach, 5 inches. East Hampton, 4.8. So they got a little more out in the Pine Barrens areas than in Suffolk County. Hopefully some of that is compacted down so I can get there tomorrow maybe, because I don't want to have to go to New Jersey. But anyway, yeah, there's an advisory about a strong frontal system that we're going to have to watch out for later on this week. So let's get to the latest conditions out there right now. And it's pretty cold. Still, the wind has died down a little bit, but it was pretty blustery. Just to give you an example of what we're dealing with, let's look at ice slip here. You'll see an example of what we were dealing with today with the wind. And you'll see we had the winds gusting up over 30 miles an hour for much of the day. And that made the cold really difficult, even for me to deal with. I didn't even want to go out there and deal with it. It was kind of like a battle between my mind and my body because the sun was out and there was blue sky. But it was just so cold out there, so windy especially. The cold is one thing, but when you have a lot of wind, especially once you have the winds gusting over, I would say, 25 miles an hour, it starts to get really tough to deal with. And you'll see these wind chills are pretty cold when you combine the wind. You can see started off in the teens, only made it to the 20s. Pretty chilly day today, all in all. Pretty cold. You can see reporting a few clouds here in those reports there for ice slip. Let's look at some other weather stations to give you an idea again of what things were like. We're going to look at Shirley, and you'll see a similar deal here with the wind. Just the wind was really busy all day long, and that was a big problem for much of the day. At least making you feel. Right now we're around 20 degrees, and we're going to be going down with that radiational cooling, which it looks like has already started in New Jersey. Let's look at Miller Air Park here. We've got radiational cooling going on already. They're already down to 12. They went from 21 at 6:56. All right, they're missing an observation. But then in 2 hours, they dropped almost 10 degrees to 12. So they started to see that radiational cooling, very light winds. We're going to see that radiational cooling. The winds died down, but that means radiational cooling. A little less wind there, but it's still kind of really blustery out there. And like I said, plenty of sun. There were a few clouds and a little bit of actual virga in the sky as well. Yeah, let's see if I can. Well, I don't feel like you can sort of see it in this picture a little bit, but anyway. So let's get to the models. Oh, actually, no. Before we do that, let's go to our highs for the day. I'm not going to go to the lows because the lows we're probably going to hit the lows like as of midnight tonight once this radiational cooling starts. So I'll go over the lows tomorrow. But let's go over the highs, and we'll get the latest observation on these highs here because it was a pretty cold day today. Like I said, only in the mid-20s. 25 for the high at Islip, 27 at Shirley, 27 at West Hampton. And Jersey may have been a little touch warmer there, maybe. 27, it's not really. Everybody's pretty much in the mid to upper 20s, and that was it. Nobody got above freezing at all. So let's take a look at the models here. And we're going to have this big high-pressure build-in. Give us another nice sunny day tomorrow. It's still going to be chilly, but not as quite as windy, thank God. And then we start getting on the reverse side of that high Wednesday. It's going to bring in the southwest flow. And you'll note ahead of this cold front, the really tight isobars that we're going to have to deal with Thursday night into Friday. And that's where they're worried about winds with this strong cold front. And yeah, it looks like I see V-shaped isobars, which could bring a severe weather event for Friday. And that's why they had that statement out there. And then cooler air behind that front. Not quite as, it won't be Arctic air like what we're dealing with now, at least. But yeah, it's going to be quite chilly. So let's go to the, we're just going to use the GFS, I think, because there's not really going to be much weather to speak of in the next 48 hours as far as the HRRR goes, as far as precipitation goes. But we'll look at the temperatures, and you'll see tonight we're going to probably drop. Like I said, this model isn't even taking into account, but I think 10 to 15 above is a good bet. Single digits in the Pine Barrens, especially if we can get the winds to radiational cool. Get that radiational cooling tomorrow. A little warmer, probably going to get to around 30 degrees, 30 between around the freezing mark maybe. And then for tomorrow night, we'll probably have another. It probably won't be as cold. We'll have a look at the wind flow in a minute, but you'll see what happens Wednesday. We warm up with that. I know I usually do the dew points first. Sorry, but you'll see temperatures rise up into the 40s on Wednesday, and then even warmer air comes into the area on Thursday, and then we have to watch for this cold front on Friday. I'll talk about that more, I think, tomorrow night. Let's go and look at our dew points, because this kind of shows the wind and dew points. So you see the northwest flow there. Northwest flow stays in effect tomorrow, so we're still going to be dealing with the cold air, though not quite as bad. And then by tomorrow night, you'll see the winds start shifting over to the south. I still think there could be radiational cooling again tomorrow night, before we have more of a stronger southerly flow on Wednesday, bringing in the warmer air, and then especially warmer on Thursday as those south winds pick up. And you could look at that. Yeah, that's some strong winds right there. There's going to be a strong LLJ ahead of this cold front. It's going to be a tight cold front, and you'll see what happens here. Big contrast there. So we're going to have to watch out for that. So let's look at the skies. RGEM. I'll just use the RGEM for the skies. And you will see here that your skies for your Tuesday should be mostly sunny. No, hardly any clouds. There won't be any clouds. I think it'll be a clear day. And then for Wednesday, maybe a few high clouds, but still indicating a good amount of sun. So probably some more high clouds by the afternoon, but I still think we'll have a good amount of sun on Wednesday. And then Thursday we'll be dealing with more clouds, and then that cold front. So I think that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.